control center, often the brain or hypothalamus, which processes the information and initiates a response. The effectors then act to correct the deviation and restore normal conditions. Together, these components form a homeostatic control system, which continuously monitors and regulates physiological variables. There are two main types of feedback mechanisms: negative feedback and positive feedback. Negative feedback is the most common and functions to reverse changes that deviate from the normal state, thereby restoring equilibrium. For example, in temperature regulation, if the body's temperature rises above the normal 37 degrees Celsius, thermoreceptors in the skin and hypothalamus detect the change. The hypothalamus then stimulates effectors such as sweat glands, which secrete sweat, and blood vessels, which dilate, vasodilation, to release heat. This process lowers the body temperature back to its normal level. Conversely, if body temperature falls below 37 degrees Celsius, the hypothalamus triggers shivering, which generates heat through muscle contractions, and vasoconstriction, which reduces heat loss. Another example of negative feedback is the regulation of blood glucose levels. After a meal, blood glucose rises, and the pancreas detects this increase. It releases the hormone insulin, which promotes glucose uptake by cells and its storage as glycogen in the liver and muscles, thus lowering blood glucose levels. When blood glucose falls, for example during fasting, the pancreas releases glucagon, which stimulates the breakdown of glycogen into glucose, raising blood glucose to normal levels. Negative feedback is therefore crucial for maintaining dynamic equilibrium in the body. Positive feedback, in contrast, reinforces changes rather than reversing them and is less common. One example is childbirth, where the hormone oxytocin stimulates uterine contractions. The contractions push the baby toward the birth canal, which further increases oxytocin secretion and intensifies contractions until delivery occurs. Another example is blood clotting, where the release of clotting factors triggers a cascade that rapidly forms a clot to prevent excessive bleeding. Positive feedback is usually temporary and occurs within a larger negative feedback system to ensure that the body ultimately returns to stability. Homeostasis involves many physiological systems, each with specialized mechanisms. In thermoregulation, the body maintains a stable temperature using processes such as sweating, shivering, vasodilation, and vasoconstriction. In osmoregulation, the kidneys regulate water balance by adjusting urine concentration in response to the hormone antidiuretic hormone, ADH. When water levels in the body drop, ADH secretion increases,